that volume, turn it way up. Get your weapon, get your blade.
He dedicates 8 hours a day role-playing as a toddler.
I'm in baby mode on and off all day.
And Jess's daddy is caring for her.
I'm 20, but not really, because I'm 5.
Adopted mommy and daddy who are totally comfortable with me being a little girl.
I identify as an 8-year-old girl called Denise. Therefore, I am an 8-year-old girl.
That's right, folks. Cyberneticshark is an 8-year-old girl tonight, folks. Just to be clear, we want to respect his rights and on all that and whatnot, So if that's what he says he is, that's fine. Anyways, folks, this is the MCU'S YouTube channel and podcast. We're here to do Fallout Episode 4 recap. I'm Jeff S, a.k.a. TrueKnowledge, handling my fucking business in the big boy chair, moderating this evening, getting after it. About to kill this fucking recap of Fallout Episode 4. We've got a great guest panel tonight. Consider liking, following, subscribing, all that good shit. Turn on notifications on our YouTube channel so you know when we're live. We drop more new content, all that good stuff. Let's get into it. Let's get after it. First of all, sorry, I apologize, Imran and Wrath of Khan. I couldn't find the baby leg video, but when I find it, I will play it later. I promise.
I was promised a baby leg video.
I know. I don't like to disappoint people like that on the panel. But anyway, so on the panel tonight, Cal from Kelly's Reactions. Cal, what's going on? How long has it been? It's been like what? Since What If Season 2 since you came on, huh?
Pretty much.
How you doing, Hud? Are you ready to rock and roll?
I'm alive.
Okay, great. You stayed awake and everything.
I'm awake.
Now remember, when I'm smiling at the screen, I'm just smiling at everybody. It's not just it's not you.
I'm sober tonight, so I won't freak out.
Okay. Imran, back from Shogun Chapter 10. What's going on, brother?
Man, it's been a long time. Well, how long was it? 2 days? I was here 2 days ago. But that was also good. Now I'm jumping over to Fallout, so I'm very excited. The show,
baby leg, I just shit like. I'm recording her. Hey, yo, how long? My child. This is not my child. No, it's not.
Are you going to help me?
Yeah, you got to give me change.
I don't have change.
What happened to you?
Are you going to help me?
What happened to you?
I don't know what happened to me. They said I got raped.
What?
Can you help me, please? They said I got raped. Can you help me, please?
Oh, my God. This is so what? This is good footage right here. Hey, yo, come on, I'm gonna help you right now. Come on.
Where are you gonna help me?
I'm gonna go get change for you.
Okay,
hey, miss, you got change for a 20? You got change for a 20?
They said I got raped. I don't know what's going on.
Imran, I'm not sure who should get the Emmy for the best costume design, Shogun or the baby leg chick.
Listen, after watching that, my life is complete. I think we've peaked there. What more? It's all downhill from here. I'm done. I'm calling it a night.
That video right there. That's it, huh?
Yeah, that's peak human civilization. I don't know where you could go. It's not hard to follow that up.
I'm surprised there's nobody in the Fallout universe walking around with baby legs and everything.
Wasn't there? What was the show where they had a gun that shot the guy got impaled with a baby leg? Did I just imagine that? It's in a movie.
I think you imagined that.
It's in a movie or something. I thought. I can't remember what it is. That's what I thought you were gonna.
That's the haunting of the baby leg video, bro. Sorry. Wrath of Khan, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Jeff. How are you?
Coming off your first Shogun / Fallout Award recipient evening, whatever, whatnot on the show. Jassem, aka Jasmine, aka Wrath of Khan. It'd be good to have another good show with you tonight, sir.
Likewise.
Cyberneticshark, sir. How are you, sir?
I am fantastic, sir. How are you?
I am good, sir. It is good to see you. And if I remember correctly, our drinking words tonight, if anyone, people refresh me as I'm dropping these. I believe I said they were going to be anything the ghoul related, or ghouls, or, the ghoul, anything ghoul, anything radiation, like radiated, the word radiation, anything with the word radiation involved. And then what else did I say, Cyber?
You said those two. I'm trying to find it here a second. I can tell you in just a second here, sir. You said exactly. Let's see. What the hell?
This would be one of those times when I would usually hum like a Star Wars intro. Ding, ding, doo, doo.
Should be Jeopardy.
Right? Jesus Christ, when did you write it? There it is. Here we go. Let's see. Drinking words for tomorrow night are any variation of ghoul, the ghoul, feral ghouls, etc. Chems, radiation, or any version of radiate.
Why not Lucy?
There you go. Because we can only have so many drinking words.
Well, you got enough freaking ghouls in there. You got a whole freaking
the whole title.
football team, you know?
The title of the episode is that.
Well, the episode is called The Ghoul. So
there you go. I'm the one that has to take the biggest toll when it boils down to it. I'm the one that drinks the highest percentage alcohol of everybody. So I'm the one that gets the most fucked up. So
why isn't anyone else drinking alcohol on this show?
Because they don't have to, sir. Because we are a not, you know, we just participating is good enough for us on the bleeding edge, sir. Right? It's not, you know, nobody needs to prove themselves and drink booze, right? They can be like Andres, the pop culture guy, and drink their coffee and water.
Can you drink coffee at night?
And watch 3 movies at the same time. And give Dolph Lundgren, Vice President Dolph Lundgren, a foot massage.
And giving a full body massage to, of course, you know who.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes, Shaquille O'Neal. Jasmine.
No.
Could you imagine Could you imagine if you went to see Angela Bassett and Shaquille O'Neal answered the door and was like, She ain't here.
Yeah.
Who are you? What would you think about that, huh? Andre's the pop culture guy.
Hey, where'd he come from? You weren't here before.
Yeah,
he time jumped.
Yeah,
he's a time traveler, sir.
Been here the whole time. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was here. I saw you guys doing a lot of illegal things. I was like,
boy.
Hard party.
You were jealous, I'm sure. Anyways, folks, this of course would be Andre's the pop culture guy, also known as in some fucking far off dimension as Bat Lord. Some asshole civilization calls him Bat Lord. We call him Time Cop Lord, Time Cop Sir. Andre's the pop culture guy. So, folks, first question: Fallout episode 4, my panel. All right. Fallout so far, going to episode 4. I know many of you have already watched past episode 4, but go back to the episode 4 line, right? I'll start with ladies first. So that means I'll go with you first, Jasmine, then Kelly. You know, just to start things off the right way.
Good, I hate going first.
and then we'll have your mom come on to go third.
Oh no, she's not coming on the show today.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh.
I figured we'd get it right quick. Well, you can start off, Jasmine. What are your thoughts? What were your thoughts going into the episode 4 area of the series?
Okay, first, Jeff, do not mess with the Wrath of Khan. Now, going into episode 4, I am expecting that Lucy, at least by the time the episode ends, she will fully become like the surface people. Adopt their habits, look like them, all that stuff. I'm not going to say any spoilers now, but we already know what happened.
Hot D.
That's all we have to say.
You talking about what that happened to her? Yeah, I know that was rough.
Yeah, it was really rough, but you liked it.
What are you referring to? What happened to her?
We'll see at the end of the episode.
Okay, because I mean,
we're only talking about what we thought going into the episode, not what happened.
What are your thoughts about on the series through episode 4?
Oh, on the series as a whole.
As a whole, yes. Like, kind of where if you could go, where were you at with episode 4? Like, you know, in terms of like, you know, your posture towards the overall series.
Overall, I was really impressed with the whole series. Like, it just keeps getting better and better. I'm getting more and more hooked onto the series. The plot's getting more and more complex. I'm learning more about why people love the Fallout video games. Yeah.
There you go. Almost makes you want to go buy some Fallout video games. So, Kelly, same question to you, my dear. An actual biological woman.
I was kind of thinking the same thing that the Wrath was thinking, but going into this, I know you guys already discussed 1, 2, and 3. I wasn't part of that, but I'm going to kind of use a little bit of that to kind of bring into number 4. First watching this, my kids and my husband play this game all the time. And at first I was skeptical about watching this because it's like, great, it's going to be like a friggin' video game. And I didn't really want to watch it at first, but then I'm like, okay, I'll get into it because they're going to watch it anyway. And I'm stuck there watching it. So I ended up watching it. And I noticed each episode leading up to 4, it was like she gained like the upper world there out of the vaults and stuff like that. How she's adapting slowly to like how people are up there. And I was like, all right, it's just gonna be really slow. And she was also naive here and there and everything. So it's like, I'm gonna try to leave it there without getting too far ahead of myself. But I just feel eventually she will end up being well adapted. And Khan is smiling too. Damn you all. Just kidding, I'm playing with you.
Wait, what? Wait, what did I do?
I was toying with you because I was just like watching. Never mind, don't worry about it. But anyway, I think eventually, like he said earlier, that she will be well adapted, probably by into the next few ones that we will see. I'm already a little ahead, so I'm not going to jump ahead. So I'm finished.
Okay. All right. We'll go after that, and we'll go over to Imran.
Your mic is off.
Imran.
There it is.
You next. You next, sir.
So, yeah. So, first of all, I've never played this game. I'm aware of the game, but I saw the trailer and it looked cool. And everybody was talking about it, and I enjoyed the first 3 episodes. Their world building, they're setting everything up. I think I love the 50s aesthetic and the whole idea that like when in the past we were more advanced in this alternate reality, but when the bombs went off, everything just froze in this 50s aesthetic. It's wild. And the vaults are kind of cool. But so far, I was just okay on the show. I was digging the show. And, we have the whole decapitated head thing. And now I'm expecting it to get more into the meat of what the actual conflict and the mystery is. And it starts to do that after setting it up. But it's very wacky. There's a lot of great cameos in it. And full confession, I've watched all of it already because I didn't know I was going to join you guys at the time. I was just watching the show. So it's interesting to go back now and watch these episodes and see the clues that they were leaving you. It's kind of cool.
Wow. Everybody's managed to stay away. Maybe I should pick some. Maybe I should excuse you, Kelly. Pardon you, Miss Man. Maybe I should have picked some more hardcore drinking words because we haven't had one drink word get set off at all.
We haven't started talking about the episode. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Cyberneticshark, sir. Your thoughts going through episode 4.
So great series so far. Been very entertaining. I think that the gore in it has been really done well. I like that it's been very bloody, very much like the video game. So that's been classic. I definitely have been enjoying the story. Lucy's character has been an interesting, kind of growth throughout the series so far. Her, going from being the vault person to all of a sudden going outside and starting to gradually, accustomed to the outside world has been interesting to watch. Because as we saw in this episode, she's really starting to finally start to grasp certain things. So that's nice to see. And the ghoul.
No, there it is.
There we go.
Who's played by one of my favorite actors, Mr. Walton Goggins. is a character that every episode I want more and more of him because I just absolutely love Walton Goggins because he's just such a great character actor, and his portrayal of the Ghoul so far, Drake.
Oh boy.
It has been really fun. Very one-dimensional so far. But as we saw in this episode, we started to see more dimensions of him, I feel. Definitely because, the flashbacks, we get a little bit of a dimensional view of who he is. But as the actual Ghoul itself, Drake, he's felt very one-sided, and so in this episode I feel we start to see a little other side of him, and so going through it up into this episode I think it's really done well, really great. And I think that going through this episode, it just, like as Wrath of Khan said, it gets better and better.
That's right. Sort of like having sex with bearded ladies. It just gets better and better, after they shave the beard off. But anyways, I'm just a pop culture guy, sir. You prefer them with the beard on, right? I last time I checked. Sir, same question to you, sir.
Yes. Just like many of our favorite guests here are today. I seen the whole series, so I know where it's going. So I was kind of very curious about this show. And because I didn't know I was going to join the show because originally this was Saturday, so I was like,
did you see Akeem Olajuwon in one of the episodes?
I don't know what you're talking.
There's a Shaquille O'Neal cameo in the later episode, I believe.
No, oh my God, people, no.
That wasn't him.
No. I thought it was Michael B. Jordan. Remember?
Oh, it was Michael B. Jordan. That's right.
Or Michael Jordan, whatever.
The only time in history that Michael B. Jordan has ever been confused with Michael Jordan.
Yes, it was not my fault. It was Yobo. Yobo was his fault.
That's right. Yabu's bulge. It threw you off.
Yeah, it threw me off. So the first two episodes really hooked me on the show. Episode 3, review was kind of like okay. It was definitely the weakest of the bunch, but I really enjoyed moving on to this episode because of really Lucy as a character. I just love the world building they've been like just displaying us. Like I just really like how they displayed how video games are into like live action. It was really cool. I haven't played the Fallout games either, so I think they've done such a good job of being video game accuracy to the Fallout, which is really impressive.
They have.
So yeah, like I mean the production design is so amazing. I mean, I love the costumes, the Bolt thrillers. The Ghouls makeup is really impressive. So I have been so happy to rewatch these episodes again. Just love it. So that's all I have to say. And
you think they've cracked the video game curse? They've been hidden on television. They've been and so you have Last of Us, Halo was all right.
Yeah.
This is great, but then Sonic and Mario also pretty popular right now. I think they've the curse might be gone. They've been hidden.
I think so. I think this is the series that finally broke that ceiling or whatnot and all that, right?
Well, Last of Us, arguably, that was a big one, and that was so well done.
Yeah,
I know. You needed something other than that, though,
right?
Yeah. I think we're on that point that I think video games have become a reliable franchise for the studios, just like how the superhero saga were. Because remember, they were in the same position. So I think that the video games have kind of gotten the picture is like, okay, we need to faithfully adapt this, but also be cinematic at the same time. And I think that The Last of Us and this show, and then of course the movies, Sonic and Mario has done a really good job of like bringing these non-gamers who haven't aren't aware of these franchises. So that's the big thing right now.
I kind of want to play the game after watching this, but am I correct in this is unique in that are any of these characters in the video game, or these are all original characters for this show?
Original.
right? Except for like
yeah.
the dog.
Yeah, except for the dog. The plots, like the plot is they're borrowing some elements from the games. Like the plot of Lucy is from Fallout 3.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Nice.
Right?
It's from Fallout 3. Yes, you play as you play as the character that would be Lucy, essentially.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they're mixing like a bunch of the games together.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Or can you imagine if The Last of Us was you and the baby leg chick?
Yeah. Oh, we wouldn't last very long. It'd be the last of one.
You guys would have some deep Shogun, Fuji, Blackfoot type conversations, I'm sure.
Take it out.
Right, Andres?
Maybe.
Did you have anything else, sir? Any Shaquille O'Neal side?
You want to keep cooking?
No, I don't want to keep cooking. I just say this is definitely my favorite video game adaptation. I haven't seen The Last of Us.
Oh, you
so
gotta watch
this makes yeah, I'm very excited to probably get into that now because of this show. So yeah, so nothing else. I really fairly enjoyed this episode. I really love this show.
If they had done Halo the correct way and stuck to the Halo canon and everything and whatnot, Halo could have been good.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate they fucked that up.
I mean, right now I would put Last of Us on top, Fallout beneath it, and then Halo is like underneath it.
Oh yeah,
the quality.
Yeah, I gave up on Halo. I haven't watched any of season 2 at all.
I watched the whole season 2, and it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, it's tough to swallow. I mean, Fallout has really done a great job of keeping it game orientated. For once I played the games, this is really based off Fallout 3. I played a lot of Fallout 3. They're being very loyal to the subject material. They really are, with all the little things, all the little stuff that they're doing and whatnot. You know, sometimes things that are kind of in the background that, like, certain brands of food or like soda pop and stuff like that, right? That if you don't really pay attention sometimes and they don't really spell it right out for you, you don't notice it, but it's there.
And then somebody told me the town of Philly is almost exactly the same thing from the game.
It's the same. It's the same as the first town that you go to in Fallout 3.
In 3,
it's called something different. It's called like Megaton or something like that. But it looks just like Philadelphia. Yes,
that's cool.
Yeah, most definitely. There's a lot of every episode that you watch. There's a lot of stuff from the games from Fallout 3 that is right in there. But so going into the episode itself, episode 4. We start off with where we ended with episode 3, which is, the ghoul basically on his endless sort of wanting to corral Lucy, right? And kind of drag her out with him while he's sort of out of his chems, right? Because of the battle with the gobbler or whatever. So he's sort of losing it, and going out and he's trying to find, chems. And he's got Lucy with him. You don't really know what the hell he really wants. He's even doing with Lucy to some extent. You're kind of wondering, at least I was, what is the purpose of all this, right? It never occurred to me of the value of her. But, they right off the bat, you notice that they show her off the bat, the ghoul. I just said it, the ghoul. There you go. Drink, everybody drink. You see him coughing and everything and whatnot and looking like he's ill right from jump, right? And then all of a sudden they come up on this abandoned house and they hear all these crazy sounds and shit. And you just know if you've played the games that it is a abbreviated FG, I'm not going to say it, but a feral, whatever.
Oh, that's what they're called. Okay, yeah, the guy who's turning. My name is Roger. My name is Roger.
Yeah, so they come across Roger, and basically, Roger is, and I'll take a drink. Roger is a ghoul that's going feral, right? And I guess whatever, this is not translatable to the game. Whatever's in those vials staves off that whole, aspect of that lifestyle, right? Of being radiated to that level.
That's not in the game?
No.
Huh.
In the game, it's just a matter of time. You never know when you're gonna go.
Oh, okay.
When you're one of the G's,
yeah,
right? It just could happen at any time. You could live for for 200 years and not have it happen, or it could happen in 100 years. You never know. and there's no sort of like chem you can take or whatnot that's gonna alleviate it. So basically, you know, he has some back and forth with Roger, and there's some good humor in there, right? And he references Blanco mac and cheese, which is from the game. And all of a sudden, the G-Man shoots the motherfucker, right? And then straight up rips a couple of his teeth out and starts cutting them up and shit, and eating them and shit, right? And, you know, good old sweet Lucy is freaking out, whatnot, everything, right? And being like, sir, you don't have to do this and all this crap or whatever, right? And that's when she actually tells the G-Man her last name, and he recognizes it. You could tell. The camera kind of holds on him for a while, right? And you could tell that he knows that McClane name, right? So he basically ends up making her carve him up, which I'm wondering to myself, like, how would she know what to cut out of him? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, what do you cut out? Like, what do you not eat? What do you not eat? Like, that made no sense to me. I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, so you gave her the knife. If you don't instruct her, like, what is she supposed to do?
No, he told her what he needed. Yeah. He had that great line.
Butt cheek jerky.
No, yeah, he goes, the ass jerky ain't going to make
ass
it
jerky.
Oh, okay. There you go. Well, thank you. I appreciate you guys filling the blanks for me there.
So great. It's such a great
line. That's some good teamwork. So, so we get that whole deal, right? And Lucy jumps in there and handles her business and carves up Roger. And then we see them walking, and you see the G-Man, and he's got these like Roger steaks and shit dangling from his bag and whatnot and everything, right? Yeah. Hanging out, like getting some sun on him and shit. So apparently, like, you know, I guess even though he's like a G, like, you know, like a zombie, basically, they still for some reason like to eat occasionally or whatever. I guess for some kind of, I don't think they need substance. I'm not sure. You know, I'm sure they probably explain more about that later on in the series, but they don't really explain that in the game, whether they have to eat or not. But that's when we get to the point where they come up to the radiated water. Oh, I said one of the drinking words.
Oh, that's the word.
So, and her Geiger from her Pip-Boy goes off, and you hear the sound in the background. They do a good job with that, with the visual, the audio effects. You can hear the radiation tick sound. And I love the dialogue back and forth between the G-Man and Lucy when she drips down to drink that nasty ass fucking water, right? You know, and she's gagging while she's drinking it and shit and whatnot. And he's basically telling her, you know, like I told you, you know, that nothing stays clean very long, you know, up here, right? And so obviously Lucy's not doing so hot. The G-Man like starts to have like a hacking fit and falls over. And she tries to take off. He like lassos her. They tussle. She bites off his finger. So he takes one of her fingers off, which I thought was one of the best scenes of the episode, and says something along the lines of, what did he say, Imran?
Well, he's like, that's about the most fair exchange we've had this whole time. But before she asks him, she goes, who are you? And he's just like, I'm you, sweetie. Give it a little time.
Yep.
It's like
this time.
Listen, Walt Goggins kills it this entire show. He steals every scene he's in. And I was also shocked to find out Ella Purnell is British because she does an amazing amount.
I know. Well, I was watching a little they had a Q&A with Goggins, her, and Maximus.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. I was like, she started talking. I was like, shit, she's British. I didn't have known. Because I watch her in Yellow Jackets.
She's great as Jackie in Yellow Jackets. Yes.
I should have figured with a name like Ella Purnell that she would be British. I didn't realize she was. But they do such a great job with American accents. Sorry about that, folks. I went too far ahead of my outline. I wanted to stop and ask you guys questions before we got to the water. And there's actually a vault scene before then. Yeah. So let me go backwards and go ahead and give you guys a question. So I'll start with you, Andre, as a pop culture guy. Your thoughts on the whole scene with you know, the G-Man, you know, and Lucy kind of hanging out and whatnot, meeting Roger, another G-Man, and then making, you know, Lucy chop him up and shit and all that and whatnot, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, first off, this is where I think I fell in love with the show, is the world building, and I don't know what the G-Man are in the Fallout universe, how they function. So, but this scene really kind of gives you the very clear like idea who they are. You know, okay, like they're half mutated, you know, / zombies. I was like, okay, that makes sense. You know, I seeing that, you know, in World War C or, you know, 28 Days Later, why not? In terms of you get, you know, feral or whatever they call it, you know, when they start really becoming a creature.
Well, you just basically said a drinking word at that point, because if you're going to say the F word, then you might as well just say the whole thing. So that's a drinking word.
Yes, I'm sorry. Here's another F word. Fuck.
Oh, I think I just heard Jermaine.
Monkey.
There he is.
Hey.
I wrote you off. I wrote you off, Jermaine.
Oh my god. You mute.
My bad. Dealing with a time difference. I got the times mixed up.
You're all right, brother.
Wait, what time zone are you in?
Central.
He's in the bearded lady time zone, sir. Anyways,
Not quite that.
Jermaine, we're in the middle of a question, but I'll get you in just a second. It's good to see you, brother.
Same here.
So I was going to reach out to you and make sure you were okay with everything. Then I got caught up with the show. But let me go back to you, Mr. Clyde Dressler, Shaquille O'Neal, one-on-one motherfucker, or whatever. I'm just a pop culture guy.
Michael B. Jordan / Michael Jordan, sir. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah. So I really like this scene. You know, you know, of course, Lucy being, you know, who she is. It's, you know, it's very fascinating to see her reacting to these like very violent, you know, ways that, you know, Goglin's character is doing. And yeah, I was kind of curious, like, you know, why you want to cut, you know, this, you know, person out, you know, and it's food, but then it makes kind of sense because it's like, well, you know, I don't know how, you know, in this, you know, apocalypse world in the Fallout universe, you know, if you see food, you need food. And so unfortunately this guy is the food chain. So it made a lot of sense. And, you know, and yeah, we watching this, I did saw that look when he heard, you know, Lucy's last name, you know, McLean. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, that really hints at, you know, whenever we get into the future of the episode, you know, it's important because of, you know, relating to it.
That would be why I highlighted it, sir.
Yes, exactly. I'm just hinting, you know, the potential in the next future. Anyway, sir, and then I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, fun fact. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's very funny. The name McClane. That name is an honor to the character John McClane.
Oh, is it really about John McClane from Die Hard? No way.
Die Hard, yeah. And I really dug that they did that for this character Lucy, and you know, the dad and the family. So it's really cool to see that because, you know, you see her, you know, becoming, you know, later like an actual McClane.
Yeah.
But
well, you know what? Well, you know what, sir? Fun fact. Oh yeah, baby. That's for you, Jermaine. Nothing like it's your first time on the bleeding edge in 2 years, brother. You need to see some titties.
Okay.
By the way, that's a live shot outside of Jeff's backyard right now.
Yes.
That was a live shot.
I'm telling you right now, man, if that's how they get down to those NASCAR races, I'm gonna have to become a NASCAR fan.
You need to change your hat, man, from I love hot moms to I love NASCAR.
Did you see that? Did you see that one chick in that video bending over and bust that shit open? Holy fuck, man. I'm talking about she pulled her underwear down and shit and everything and whatnot. I played the whole video, but it's like it's beyond even bleeding edge rating level type shit. So
wait, anyway. Imran, did they play that at the Shogun chapter 10?
Oh yeah, he played that.
Yeah,
I think that was the video.
I'm just kidding. Nothing is but beyond the bleeding edge rating. What are you fucking kidding me? Come on now.
Yeah. Anyway,
Shaquille O'Neal could give that baby like chick a blowjob.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, folks. I shouldn't brought up either of those names in the show.
Keep cooking, Andres.
I'm pretty much wrapped up. That's
no,
the stuff.
Cooking.
Jeff, for that, or are we going to the part where she drinks the water? Because
I already cooked your ass anyway. You need to turn off the stove, motherfucker. Close the refrigerator door, Time Lord. Anyway, sir. Jermaine, my friend. Meet Andre's a pop culture guy, sir. Good friends with Angela Bassett, Shaquille O'Neal, and Vice President Dolph Lundgren. Anyways, so I'm surprised you don't know about him already, because he's a part of the Star Trek universe and whatnot with his time traveling and shit. But Jermaine, basically what I was asking everybody was their thoughts on the opening sequence of Fallout Episode 4 when they meet the G guy. You know, I don't want to say drinking words off for 1 minute while Jermaine's here.
Roger.
Roger.
You could say
the drinking words are ghoul, any variation of ghoul, right? Anything with the word radiation, radiated, radiation. Okay. Those are the drinking words. And then what else did I say, Cyber? I'm just fucking with you, Cyber.
Radiate.
Thank you, sir. Radiate. There you go. Perfect.
Cyber just wants to drink.
Anyway, so basically drinking words back on. What are your thoughts on when the ghoul drink and Lucy go and see Roger, one of the G's, and they shoot him and they cut him up and whatnot and everything, and the G-Man makes Lucy cut some of them up and shit and all that and whatnot. What did you think of that part of the episode?
Okay, so first you need to understand that I didn't play the video game. All of this is new to me. So when I saw this, I was blown away. I was like, why in the world would you kill the man? And of course, he kind of explained a little bit later, but in the moment I was just blown away. I didn't understand what exactly was happening. I was right there with her. I was like, this makes absolutely no sense. Like, none. Like I was with you. You're a good guy. Like, I mean, yeah, you're doing what you're doing, but you seem to have all the right morals given the circumstances. And then he goes and kills his fellow G-Man. So I was caught off guard.
There you go, sir. I'm often caught off guard when I go on a blind date with a chick and it ends up being the bearded lady. You know what I'm saying?
So the question is, how often does that happen, Jeff?
No one's going to marry you, Hernan. Like, you have a beard. No one's going to...
Yeah, look, I mean, you have a beard, Hernan. So, you know what I'm saying? I went on a blind date with that chick, right? And she didn't have the beard in her dating site.
That wasn't her Tinder picture? You didn't see
No. I thought maybe it was her cousin or something. So there you go.
So it was in the profile.
Anything can happen, folks.
Love is blind, Jeff. Love is blind. Just remember that.
That's right. Anyways, so moving on over to Kelly from Kelly's Reactions. Kelly, what do you think? What are your thoughts on the opening part of the episode? Fall episode 4, the GT people.
So yeah, I was, like Jermaine said, I was pretty surprised. I didn't know what to take of it, but after I watched it, we kind of rewound it a little bit to rewatch it. And I think it was, I'm going to say it anyway, because I want to see you guys drink. Ghouls, the ghoul. When he was talking to his friend Roger, I think even though he's kind of crude and rude and he's mean to Lucy and everything and stuff like that, I think it was his way of showing a little compassion towards Roger, that he distracted him by talking about American pie and ice cream. And as soon as the guy turned his head to talk to Lucy about it, it's when he took him by surprise and just wasted him, just to kind of put him out of his misery and what have you. So I kind of understood it a little better after I just rewound it again, just kind of grasp it, because I was a little bit surprised too on the first take. I was like, what the frig, dude? And then when he got to the part where he started hacking up the skin off his back and his ass and everything else, I was like, okay, we're going a little too far here. But then I realized, didn't he say something in there about the reason why he got it because of the leftover stuff they inhale is probably still in his system? Did they say that?
Oh,
yes, he did.
In other words,
is that what
yeah,
he said?
yeah, because that was part of it there, where some of the remnants of it, just so it would tie him over until he could find some more. So with that, then Lucy was like, well, so what the frig is wrong with you and everything? But like she said, she's still a little naive being up there right there at that stage too. She doesn't realize how to really survive up there and what the ghouls and drink. And them and the people down the vault all have different lifestyles, so they only know how to act in the environment that they're in. So when you switch them around, it's like you got the crazies down in the vault now that was down there. Now you got Lucy up there, and she doesn't know how. So like I said earlier, she's gonna eventually, by the end of all this, she's gonna probably be a little more well prepared up on the ground there. So, but I thought it was a good scene.
And you realize you banged a bearded lady the night before. There you go.
But that's my input. But I thought it was a good scene, and that's how I interpreted that. So
I did too, and I agree with you, Kelly. You're much appreciated, my friend. I'm trying to avoid not smiling at your box.
You're fine. You're fine. I got there's a Wait, what?
I don't want to over smile at your ass or anything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to.
Hey Jeff, your microphone.
Oh, I apologize. Sorry about that. I
There we
forgot.
I
forgot.
Something about smiling.
I'm telling you, if my penis wasn't, if my dick wasn't attached, I'd lose it. I'm serious. I'd be like that baby leg person or whatever, whatnot, except not so talented. Like my shit would actually fall off. So anyway, sorry about that, Cal.
No problem.
Well, you know what? That's an interesting question. I mean,
There is medicine for that.
If the just fall off, like what else has fallen off?
That's what I'm saying. There's medicine for that.
His nose fell off. Yeah.
Yeah.
It fell off.
There you go. Anyways, that'll happen on the next episode of the MCU'S Bleeding Edge. So, Cyberneticshark, sir, what are your thoughts on the outstanding scene with Roger the G-Man?
So the beginning of the episode gives us kind of an interesting little take on the ghouls.
Oh,
And so we get kind of another look at what one looks like. So we've only been really, we only have seen really what, Howard looks like as this type of creature. And so seeing him kind of semi-normal, even though he looks like a walking skeleton, we really haven't seen them in their feral stages. So this is the first time we've seen one kind of on the edge of becoming feral. So I think that was fun that they brought that in right at the beginning of this episode, especially with this episode being called The Ghouls, right? And so we get that, good, image of what one looks like as they're starting to come off of that drug that we have now kind of become acquainted with. And, basically then basically, Howard killing him, you're just kind of like, what the hell? Like, what the hell's going on here? Like, that's one of your people, bro. And so you're kind of like caught off guard a little bit, but at the same time, you're like, well, he is a bounty hunter. So, this is kind of his thing. So it's not really that shocking, but at the same time, you're just kind of like, what the hell? But after he kills him and then he like basically gets into the just starting to hack away at him, pull out the teeth and stuff like that. And Lucy get kind of like upset with it. And then him making Lucy like actually take out the kidneys or whatever body part he had her take out was like really interesting because, at this point, like we talked about a little bit, Lucy is starting to get acquainted with how the outside world works versus being a vault person. So she's already had to decapitate a person that's dead. So she's kind of already gotten the idea of how to dismember a body a little bit. So this is really nothing new, but at the same time, her certain morals as a vault person, she still isn't quite grasping that this is how the outside world is. Hence why Howard, kind of has that when he goes over and gives her the scalpel to cut away, he kind of gives her that kind of saying and look that says, this is the outside world, hun. This is how you're going to survive type of deal. So I like that, like, as they progress through the episodes, we see Howard basically kind of pushing Lucy in the right direction of becoming more acquainted with how the real world is like. And so I think that was a very pivotal scene, kind of showing you, hey, you're starting to learn now, Lucy. And I think that whole sequence did a really good job with that. And then having them, basically end up we see them walking later on, and the body parts are on the back of Walt Goggins' person. Was pretty funny too. How far are we going, Jeff? I'm sorry, I don't want to go too far.
Stop there.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That is
Great
the
part.
end line. All right. Rathacon, I believe you would be next, sir.
Yep. Just to clarify, I can also talk about the vault scene where they talk about the death of Steph's husband.
Just stop. No, I know I went too far with my outline. I overlapped into some other
Okay,
stuff.
so stop at when she runs
Stop.
away from you.
Yeah, stop off at that point and whatnot and everything, and then I'll go off that and I'll have another question for you.
Okay, perfect. So let's see.
By the way, your piano's looking good as usual.
Oh, thank you. I always clean it, man, every day. No speck.
I know. I bet you're paying some illegal immigrant bitch to fucking clean that shit too.
No, I clean it all myself.
Over there in California and shit, you motherfuckers.
Hey, I clean it myself. I don't pay people to clean my house.
Shit.
Well, yeah, it's a great time to listen to podcasts. Anyways,
if I had a spot like that and shit and whatnot, I'd be hitting chicks that were nicer looking than bearded ones.
Okay. So let's first talk about the eating the raw flesh. So besides it being an Easter egg game, now people are wondering, why would anyone eat the raw flesh? It's because even though you're on the surface, you might be a ghoul, but you're gonna still get hungry. And like the video games, when you get hungry, all you can eat is the raw flesh. But when you eat the raw flesh, you're going to get sick. So it's interesting that the ghoul, you know how like we see him, like he's starting to get more and more sick. After he ate Raj, that's when we noticed he got really sick later on, like near the water pool where he was like drinking the water. So just keep that in mind. Like that is one of the ways that they connected the video game to the show. And secondly, what I like about how they made the ghouls in this show, and I believe Raj is like the second ghoul we got to meet like up close, like in an intimate setting.
Oh,
it's not
man.
like
you know what? You just made me drink.
He said it like 3 times already.
I forgot.
You gotta finish that can.
I gotta.
Oh, you gotta get another one now. See what you did. He's gonna have to
Well, I
open
mean, I
it.
told in the chat I was gonna make everyone drunk, so yeah.
Not on water.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pee really bad in about a minute. Let me just
Go pee,
No,
pee,
I'm
man.
You didn't bring a little bucket down beside your chair.
No, I didn't pull a Dwayne the Rock Johnson and have a pee bottle on set here. Show that.
Oh, you're funny, Imran. Okay, so I believe Raj is like the second ghoul besides
He said it again. See,
besides the other one, the handsome dude that turned into a zombie guy with the cowboy hat.
Howard.
Yeah, Howard.
When you're Shaquille O'Neal, you just piss above the clouds so nobody can see it.
Yeah, but I like that they add more character with these people. It's not just this cowboy that is like the normal dude, and everyone else that's like him is like a zombie. So I just like that. And I believe as we go throughout the episode, we're going to see more people like that. And I will say these ghouls are it's like a new concept of zombies where it's like, you know, they can act human and they would try to remember. They can even fight, be like, my name is Raj. My name is Raj. And like try to keep their sanity rather than like World War Z where it's like 5 seconds. The guy gets bit and he turns into a zombie. Like it's an interesting concept. And I like that the show just dives deep into that.
I like the interesting concept that Jermaine's got going on with that fucking like pimp cup / fucking like tea kettle shit he's drinking out of. That shit is dope.
It's called a thermal flask.
It's the Stanley extra large.
Yeah. And then let's see. Oh, the pit. Okay, I like how how Lucy was becoming like the surface people, where he literally bit off the cowboy's finger after the cowboy caught him, and then in return, the cowboy just like slices a finger off of her. Like it reminds me of that ancient concept where it's like eye for an eye, arm for an arm. Like if you destroy someone's eye, your eye will also get destroyed, and so on. It's just interesting. They replicate the ancient rules in the surface. That's all I have to say.
Beard for beard, baby.
Beard for beard.
There you go. You know, even if it's a Keanu Reeves fucking pussy beard. Beard for beard. So, back to Vault 33, we have the Overseer elections, you know, and these Overseer dope motherfuckers are a bunch of fucking retards, right? Like, they should all win the Daddy Award. They've got their posters up and shit, and whatnot, and everything, right? They're all daddied out and shit. They're a bunch of fucking doofuses. These Fallout asshole, you know, Vault guys or whatever, whatnot. They're talking to the one dumbass Raider dude, and he's like, fuck you, and all this shit and whatnot, right? And everything. That whole shit is it's kind of stupid. So then we see, you know, Lucy's brother Norm talking with Betty, and Betty's kind of telling Norm she's got to, you know, he's got to kind of slow his roll because he has influence over the Vault, right? And, you know, she doesn't like all of his, like, you know, anti-Raider rhetoric and all that kind of like shit and whatnot. So, coming off that, that's when Lucy does take off the G-Man's finger, and he takes one off of her. And that's when essentially Steph, the hot pregnant chick that took the fork in the eye in episode 1, goes to see Chet, and then gives him Bert's shit, and then like puts Bert's jacket on and shit and whatnot, and they get it on like with Chet as Bert, right? And then Chet's about to bang her, but her water breaks, unfortunately. You know, Chet can't win one these days. He's hating life. So stop there. Question time, baby. Woohoo! Andre's pop culture guy, sir. I'll let you go first since, you know, you are the 60-minute man. So you should go first, of course, right? Before the other 18 people on the panel. I'm just kidding, sir. You can mute your shit. No, I'm just playing. No, I am actually. You should seriously wait till the end, sir. I'll start with you, Jermaine.
Fuck you, sir. Fuck you, motherfucker. That's all I have to say.
Since Jermaine, you can lead off, sir. Since you don't have 60-minute man capability in you. At least not in the department we're talking about.
I'm sorry, what's the question again?
What were your thoughts on the episode leading up to the part where Steph goes to see Chet, the pregnant chick, right? And like he has to become Bert and shit and whatnot for them to fuck, and then her water breaks. Everything that happens with Lucy biting off the G-Man's finger and all that shit and whatnot, and him cutting off hers and all that, up to that point.
Well, the comments. So I want to talk about the moment when she's making him put on her dead husband's clothes.
Yeah,
and he just fell into it. He was just like, "I'm about to get some, so I'm with it. Let's do it." Yes, my name is Bert. I'll do whatever it is I need to do to get me some. And like right as you said, right when he was about to get it done, the unfortunate thing happens. And by the way, like I had absolutely no clue that she was 9 months. Like I knew she was pregnant, but I didn't know that she was 9 months pregnant. That was saying a lot in that particular moment. Like, can you think about all of the stress that she had been going through up until that moment? Like she waited until she was 9 months pregnant. I'm assuming 9 months. 9 months pregnant before she, you know, needed a release.
Would you be alluding to when Chet put his longsword?
I think it was his finger, right?
Oh, okay. Might have been, sir.
Yeah.
Either way, that's fine.
You like that line, Jeff? That was a great line Chet had. What was that line?
Which one?
The one Jeff to say. Because
something about being wet.
This is one wet lady. I was like, oh my God, that's very sexy talk. Chet, of you.
For real. She was really wet. You know, Chet's obviously not very sexually experienced, having only ever banged his cousin. You know what I'm saying?
Stuff.
You know, which of course is better than banging your sister or brother. So going to you, Imran, Mr. Very reliable, not to become 60-minute man. Your thoughts, sir?
Look, there's one thing I don't understand about Lucy's character, right? Yeah, she's all innocent from the beginning. She comes out in this world, and then all of a sudden, she's like, okie dokie, and she cuts the guy's head off and holds it in her hand and is not freaked out by it. And then this is what I really didn't understand. Somebody explain this to me. He cuts her finger off. She doesn't even scream. She doesn't even flinch. And I was like, does she not feel pain? Like,
She's heavily medicated.
is that what it is?
That's how they are at the vaults, man.
I did not get. I was like, I would be screaming. There'd be blood splurting.
I
Like a clean
I
cut.
thought I heard something, but
No, she says nothing. Nothing comes
No,
out.
I thought she made a squeal.
I don't think so.
I thought she let something out at the beginning.
Shaq showed up and told the pain to go away.
But nowhere near. If
Pull
someone
your big girl
sliced your
panties
finger
up.
off, you would be screaming bloody murder a little bit. So
Go away.
It's not it. I just, it's weird.
Shaq, no pain. Anyways, so Kelly, my friend, your thoughts?
Okay, since I'm the only female here, there's no way in fuck that water comes out like a pressure hose. I'm sorry. Maybe some people, maybe they stored up enough amniotic fluid, but
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a lot. But I thought it was freaking hilarious. But I forgot the guy's name for like that whole episode. I'm like, is this name really Bert? I don't remember it being Bert. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. It's her husband. And I'm like, okay. And I was a bit creepy handing off the dead man's clothes for him to put on. But whatever gets her excited, roll with it, Bert.
The tiny shoes.
Bert,
You had tiny shoes.
But yeah, so I could have sworn though with the finger, she freaked out at the first, but yeah, she did go kind of silent after, but she did make something, I thought. I'm pretty sure of it. I'll have to go back and check it myself. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, she's pretty hardcore. She's pretty hardcore. She has a spine.
Yeah. She I don't know, maybe whatever they train them down there, down in the vaults, maybe pain management or something. I don't know, but it was just crazy. It was like a tit for tat with those two. Whenever they're together, it's like, okay, so you bit my finger off, I'm going to cut your finger off. Or something else down the road, they'll be tit for tat back and forth.
I think they're also playing off the fact that the source material is a video game.
Yeah. But I mean, it was an interesting scene. But again, I've never seen a pressure hose come out of someone's twat that fast. It's hard. So that was really an exaggerated scene, but it was kind of funny in a way because he's just so like, he's kind of chicken with things. He's just so like goody two shoey. Like he's just kind of like rolls with whatever she says, does. And he's just kind of like, I think he was kind of in shock, but it was a weird scene with him. He just kind of, something about this guy, he needs to toughen up.
Remember the one dude was fucking chickens? He's like, sir, I'm sorry, but he fucked my chickens.
Okay, yeah, I remember. By the way, Kelly said something. Kelly said fast and hard, and of course, I just got lost in the thought.
Fast and hard and fucking chickens, and let's do it, baby. Let's go. There you go. Rock and roll. Anyways, so on to the pop culture guy, sir. You're next after Wrath of Khan and Cyberneticshark, sir.
Wait, Jeff, I'm talking to you, dude. Jeff, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So I already talked about.
Are we having like a personal conversation?
I was like speaking in like sounds. I'm like,
we couldn't hear you.
Turn?
I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. So about that water break scene, I bet you that scene is so weird that the actors themselves felt weird. That's why the acting in that scene was just so good. Like, you got to give credit to them. Like, the way how they acted, anyone would have acted like that in the same situation. And to Jeff, it's a good lesson for you to never have sex with a pregnant chick.
Why not?
And the fact that Steph needed to put Brett, whatever's jacket onto Chet, it just shows that she hasn't fully mourned the death. And it's understandable, especially since the death happened like a few days ago. So it's like
they live in the Volt life. They live in the Volt lifestyle too. So it's the shit's even more like intense than.
Yeah.
You know, she lost her eye too. She lost her husband. She lost her eye.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, you could just tell like this is like one of the symptoms of mourning. I know it's weird, you know, you don't see much crying, but it's like it is one of the symptoms. Like they just do a great job with like emulating the rare symptoms of mourning.
Talk about a cock block. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, like Chet had to wear Bert's shit to get laid. Right when he's about to get laid, Chet's baby drops and like cock blocks him.
That is all I have to say, guys.
There you go, Cyberneticshark, sir.
All right. So which part are we talking about here?
The part, sir, going up until the point where they go to the super duper market, like, you know, to trade like Lucy and all that shit and whatnot, going up to that point.
Jesus. That section of the episode is pretty mundane, I felt. It was pretty basic. I mean, of course, the one-eyed girl and that dude, him putting on the wife's dead husband's clothes was pretty funny. Just to clarify for Wrath of Khan, there was no sex there. They were just making out, sir. They were fully fucking clothes. So there was
when did I say they had sex? When did I say that?
In the private chat, sir. You were like, let's talk about
we're revealing the private chat now. Okay.
I'm gonna bring it up.
Do you wish there was sex?
Of course I do. I'm a man. And so, you know, it's one of those things, Wrath of Khan, that, you know, that wasn't sex or that was kissing. I know you're young, but I didn't think you were that young. But anyways, still, that scene was pretty funny. I mean, her being however pregnant she is, I don't think they ever mentioned how far along she is. So that was surprising when her water broke. And just like, you know, Kelly said, you know, it gushing out like a fire hose. Yeah, that I have never seen a woman's water break like that ever. Because I have two very extremely younger brothers, and I've seen my mother's water break. So it's nothing like that. But anyways, it's one of those things. This like little section here, you kind of get a little bit more idea of like what's going on with the Vault people as Lucy's up on the surface, learning about the surface world. We have that funny voting thing going on with the new congressperson or whatever you want to call it in their dominion, which was really funny. You see all the different posters and stuff like that. And the one thing I've always loved about the Fallout series is the 50s theme look. I absolutely love the 50 themes look in this. It's like being brought back into a time capsule, because that was one of the greatest things about like shows like I Love Lucy, Leave It to Beaver, like that. They were very time capsule. Even watching them today, you still feel like you're brought back to that time and era. And so that's how I feel about the Fallout series, is they've had those like pictures that look very much like a Big Boys character. And so it like brings back like those very 50 memories. And I've always loved that about the Fallout series. And so I love how they put that really forward in the series, giving us that very authentic 50s feel. And I enjoy that one. That was one thing I enjoyed about this section of the episode, is you can see all that greatness when you go down to the Vault people versus, of course, on the top. It's very different up top. I mean, I feel like the top world, you know, where the nuclear blast really happened, majorly, it feels more like a Western town, is how it feels to me. It feels very like 1800s Western feel, like when Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday were around. That's the feeling I get from the top side versus the 50s feel down in the Vault. So I think that's one great thing I liked about this section, is you kind of got that contrasting feel between those two sections there. And like I said, I felt this part was definitely leading up to getting to the med hospital that really was. This was probably the least exciting portion of the episode, but still a very interesting portion of the episode.
Andre's the pop culture guy, sir. Now that I've left you with nothing but scraps to pick off of this part of the episode, have at it, sir.
Finally, she's gonna call my lawyer and fuck you up, sir. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, so I hope that it's a good joke. Anyway,
is your lawyer happen to be a fly, sir? Because I feel like it would be a fly or a gnat being thrown at Jeff, and he just go and it'd be done and over with. You know?
No. My lawyer is the top attorney of all time. He has worked with a lot of.
Wait, is their name you?
Yeah.
Every time the bearded lady sings,
no,
it's a good time.
No. He's a professional. He worked with a lot of top tiers. Like he worked with O.J.
Okay, what's
Simpson's
your case though?
He worked on the Hoffa case. He also worked.
It's Bob Kardashian, isn't it? That's your
exactly,
lawyer, Kardashian.
Maybe. I'm not gonna spill the beans here, but he's a time traveler as well. So anyway.
But you don't even have a case.
Yeah, well, not this moment. I'm collecting evidence right now in this streamline.
Do you have like a secret amount of wealth we don't know about, like a secret treasure trove or something?
What happened? I thought I was
asking. Are you doing gay porn on the side or something?
The whole thing was I was trying to give him like not much to work with and whatnot to talk about. And somehow we've segued into this like
his OnlyFans is very successful right now.
Now we're in this other place now. I don't even know what the fuck has happened here.
He said he's gonna sue you, Jeff.
Andre's the pop culture guy, sir. Would you please tighten it up here and like rate it in, sir?
Okay, all right. Well, at least you were nice. I will
contain yourself.
You contain yourself, sir. Jeez. Anyway,
what would Shaquille O'Neal think?
All right, F you. Anyway, so yes, the lady was Lucy. Oh no, not Lucy. Oh my God. Now I'm mixed up. Betty, or no, not Betty. Yes.
Maybe the bearded lady.
No,
Stephanie.
Stephanie, the blonde chick that has the eye patch that looks like Nick Fury. Well, white Nick Fury, not black Nick Fury. Let's make that very clear. Yeah, that scene was so funny. It was very awkward. I mean, first off, that boy, I forgot his name. We'll just call him the fake bar.
Chet.
Okay. Very funny character. I was very happy to see him. He was very funny in the previous episodes. I did like that he tag along, with the brother when they did their Starway in Volt was it 32, and that felt like a side mission that you could have done in the games. So that was very neat. Lucy. I mean, you have to remember with Lucy, like she's a little dehydrated. The fact that she hasn't had proper, water, like stuff to keep her body function, like she is going to be a little loosened. So whenever, these violent tendencies or, scenarios that she's with, with the G-Man, she's going to be faced because she's desperate to have water. And you see that when she drinks that pile of radioactive, water, and it's crazy. And I was shocked that they cut. She bought his finger, and then all of a sudden he cut, her finger. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And the fact that she didn't flinch was kind of scary. She's gone, that path. So, that sequence was really good. Props to the production design. I mean, I just dug the 50s style of the bolts, and then up, to the surface. It looks like a classic, Western mixed with sci-fi, which I really like. So this section was my favorite. I mean, like we got more, what both sides are doing right now, as our guests have been saying, and which is good because I really like these two storylines. I'm kind of happy. In this episode, we haven't seen was it Maximus? No offense, he's my least favorite character. So this episode, I was so much more happy to see the bolts and the Lucy storyline for the most part.
Just because, do you hate just male characters in general?
I hate when they waste my time.
I mean, you hated Buntaro,
Andre,
You hated this guy.
Even at the end of the panel, man, you managed to somehow like make my already like permanently fucking like premature ejaculative like She-Hulk fucked up penis like now I'm already I'm back to having permanent erectile dysfunction off your shit over here.
What do you say?
Like you're starting to flare up my She-Hulk, my being down by She-Hulk permanent erectile dysfunction shit.
Sir,
PTSD.
you're out of control. You drink too much. You're
They
clearly
got pills
drunk.
for that, Jeff. You can subscription and the pills.
Yeah.
No, this is real. This is a real thing. This is not a joke. This is a real medical condition.
I know
Real
they got
shit.
pills for it. Just go to hims.oh.
No. Did you hear about what happened to me that one night with She-Hulk? This is not a joke. I'm having PTSD flare-ups from Andre the Pop Culture Guy. This is what happened to my penis. There's the actual hospital documents right there. What happened?
You can't have sex with She-Hulk because
She-Hulk got me. Look how she grabbed me up. That green
gamma radiation and she will kill you.
That big green cut, she served me right up.
Yeah, she will kill you. Snap it right off. Like
You see her?
a normal person can have sex with She-Hulk.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
impossible.
No. Everyone, just don't listen to Jeff. Jeff loves She-Hulk.
And then just to wrap it up, Chloe Zhao gave her an Academy Award for that shit.
Oh, I should give her a Marvel movie. Good for her.
Yeah. We gave it that. Anyway, I'm done. Ciao.
Chloe was like, the Oscar I should have got for the Eternals, I'm giving to you, She-Hulk. Anyways, there you go. That's actually a really good inside MCU joke right there, by the way, folks. Somebody, hey, Rob, write that down, motherfucker. Anyways, all right, there you go. I managed to get everybody in there. I'm going to go ahead and play a trailer. Oh, maybe I should actually pick up my microphone. Sorry, folks.
Gone limp.
I'm going to play a trailer. But first of all, real quick, though, just to divert attention. There you go. That's one of the best jokes ever. So that I always just drop that whenever I'm in trouble.
I have a quick question.
She does make a noise, but you think
It's minimal.
You'd think she would scream a lot more. So
I told you it was a squeal.
It's not that's subtle.
She's not a pig. Just kidding. I have a question. So that Roger guy, if you revert back, I don't know what episode it was, but I don't want to jump ahead either. So maybe it's ahead, but yeah, I'll leave it. I'll leave it because I think it's further on, but we've seen him before, right?
No,
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No.
Are you mistaking him with a doctor?
No, I think up till now we haven't. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
No, because that's why the episode is titled the G's, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, to focus on specifically those kind of characters. But so where we end up at is where we have the G-Man trading Lucy at the Super Duper Mart, which is from the game. It's from Fallout 3 for vials, right? Basically, like, just, trading her as a human being as as currency, right? And at gunpoint forces Lucy into like the building where she meets a Mr. Handy from Fallout 3, right? She
Snip,
talks
snip.
to and shit, snip, right? And basically she meets Snip when she goes inside. In the meantime, before that even goes down like that, Norm finds shit out at Vault, that Vault 32 wasn't kosher from one of the raiders that they have locked up in Vault 33. So he starts digging into the computers and shit and whatnot. And he goes and finds Chet, and they go to Vault 32 and check Vault 32 out. And they see that, it's obvious that all the people of Vault 32 killed each other or killed themselves, right? So from there, they realize that, it was them themselves, not the raiders, that actually killed all the Vault 32 inhabitants. When they bring Lucy gets brought in by Snip into the Super Duper Mart. Well, I'll stop there. Let me do another question right there. Because that basically, we're going to wrap up from there. That'll be our final segment, is what happens after that with Mr. Snip and all that towards the end. So stopping from that point, going from where like Norm goes over to Vault 32 with chat and they inspect it and find all the people like, the guy's killed himself by sticking a fork into a toaster and shit like that and whatnot. Some of them have strangled each other, right? And they realized that the raiders that got into Vault 32 got in through Norm and Lucy's mom's Pit Boy, right? Like that's how they got in, was through her Pit Boy, his dead mother's. So I'll stop there, right? So that part is everything that happens, where the ghoul actually exchanges Lucy in and whatnot and all that. And Lucy walks in with Snip Snip and sees the people in the boxes and all that, right? And then you have Norm and Chet checking out Vault 32 and finding all the dirt over there. So I'll start with you, Cyberneticshark, sir. Your thoughts on that chunk of the episode?
Who are you talking to?
You, Cyber.
Oh, I didn't hear my name. What was the question?
It was your thoughts basically up until the point where, Lucy's at the Super Duper Mart and about to get her organs harvested. Up to that point, your thoughts? When she gets exchanged into the Super Duper Mart by the G-Man and traded in.
Okay, I mean that whole section is like
Norm and Chet going to Vault 32.
Okay. The Norm finding out stuff about the vault, 100%. You saw that coming from get-go, from the couple previous episodes. Simple fact that when those people came in and were able to get down there, and everyone kept saying, how was that possible for them to get in there? There was definitely some inside job. You knew that was coming, that they were going to find more things out. So Norm finding that stuff wasn't shocking, but at the same time, you're kind of like, okay, this makes sense. What's going on over here? We can see that there's more to this than meets the eye, and that it's very interesting, but yet at the same time, you kind of knew it was coming. It was kind of my thought on that. Lucy going in and getting her finger put back on was really cool. The robot there, the Medbot, whatever you want to call it, is voiced by Matt Berry. If you don't know who Matt Berry is, he was in What We Do in the Shadows as Laszlo. He also was in a show called The Toast of London, which is a show about him playing this character named Toast. And Matt Berry is just an absolute great character. So as soon as he started talking, I knew exactly it was him, because it was just on point, like Matt Berry talking. And I was just cracking up that they had him voicing this robot. And I was like, this is awesome. And so that Medbot thing was really cool. I think I thought that the whole thought process of it was really cool. And I was not familiar with that character from the games, because I've said before, Jermaine and everyone and a few other people, I really haven't played very much of them. I played here and there a little bit. So I've never seen that bot before, but from what you guys were just saying, I feel like that character has been there before.
Mr. Handy, they're all over the place.
Yeah. So that character or that type of robot seems to be a very prolific robot throughout the series, if I remember correctly, in the Fallout game series. So having Matt Berry voice it was absolutely fantastic. But when he's going through everything and saying, let's find you a right finger. Let's find you one that, happens to be not too fat, or that one's not too fat. That one looks a little rotted. Perfect one, and him talking in that English accent was absolutely great, because I'm sure Ella Purnell, because she's British, was probably thinking, damn it, I wish I could talk in my normal English accent. And, so it was kind of that was perfect. I thought that what Matt Berry brought to that robot was absolutely hilarious. And him putting it back on was super cool. If you looked at the figure, it's kind of black, and you're is that gonna be able to work still? I mean, that
it reminded me of Michael Jackson when Michael Jackson bleached his skin.
Yep. And I'm I hope that figure still works. It doesn't look too fresh. And But as he's reattaching it and stuff, and I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, I wish they had machines like that today. That'd be awesome. That didn't seem too painful either. As he's putting it back on, it was pretty quick. And I'm like, that's like cauterizing and everything. I'm like, wow, that's really cool. But I thought that part was really cool. I like that you go in, you kind of see this weird looking medical place, and all of a sudden you see all those other G's in the glassware, and you're kind of like, what's going on here? And so yeah, I mean, up to her having the finger put back on and the vault stuff, I think was an interesting and fun characterization part of the episode. I really enjoyed it, and I thought that it worked over well, and I thought it worked really well at that portion of the episode.
Imran, sir, same question.
What I was gonna say was, oh yeah, the Matt Berry is hilarious. I will concur. Have you ever seen the IT Crowd on Netflix? He's in that too. And just when he's like, fudge, there's no fudge here. Is it just anything he says is hilarious, especially when she's like, are you gonna make me into a sex slave? He's like, no, that's disgusting. I'm simply going to harvest your organs. And then you find out just the matter of fact way. It's so good. And it's a grocery store, right? Converted so that all the G's are in the coolers. It's fantastic. The Vault 32 stuff, I loved it. This mystery started to heat up, and it's real dark. Like there's bodies hanging, as you can clearly see, they've like killed themselves. It's wild. It gets really dark in there. And what I like this show does, it has like 3 storylines, and I cared about all of them. Like they did a good job making me care about each storyline. I also love how each scene cuts to black, almost like you could put commercials right there. But everything is segmented. It's tight. The pacing's well done, and the show continues to do that really good. But yeah, so yeah, these people have been dead for a long time. The mystery is great. That's when I was like, okay, what's going on? I need to find out what the deal is with these vaults.
Okay, Wrath of Khan, sir.
Okay, so one of the biggest things in my mind as I was watching the scene where after the robot gives Lucy a new finger and he's like, I want to harvest your organs. The big thing is, okay, so he helps her get a new finger and then just wants to harvest the organs? Like, why? And then I thought about this too. I actually did some research on the whole Fallout lore. So a lot of these robots, right, during the war, they were actually medical robots. So it's like soldiers would take them out during the war and they would just like help the people.
That
and
makes
then,
sense. Yeah.
Mom, okay.
Hi, Mom.
And
Oh shit, Mom's back. Oh my god.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
no, she closed the door. You guys are too late.
What's up, Mom?
You want me to bring her back?
No.
No. Sir.
Okay. Okay, good.
I wouldn't want to bring her down to our level.
Good. Yeah, we do things pretty cool, so let's keep it among us.
I mean, some of us, some other ones of us are out there bagging bearded ladies and shit and whatnot. So I'm not really sure, you know.
I mean, you seem pretty obsessed with her, so. But okay, going back to my point. So think about it. During the war, they were like medical robots, and now they're used to harvest organs. But the person who reprogrammed that robot.
Does this have to do with like Andres and his time traveling or some shit?
No. Just a thought. If you think about it, the person who programmed or reprogrammed that robot after, the nuclear blast and stuff, they probably forgot to remove the directive of healing. So it's like the original programming comes first, where it's like, hey, you're injured, I will heal you. And then they follow the program of, I will cut your organs. So that is just some background on why that robot helped Lucy first, and then threatened to cut her organs. What else? So I also found it interesting that they chose to explore in the vaults. Norm and Chet, they chose to explore Vault 32 after that raider said, I don't know what they were up to in Vault 32, but it was anything but innocent. Like, I just found it weird that they chose to explore Vault 32 simply because that raider who's in prison said it to them. Like, normally in the previous episodes, the raiders would just be crazy, show their butts, be like, ugh, even make threats. But this guy was like calm and he says that, it's like, what is his incentive? Like, what is going on? And I think the producers, they chose to make it this way because if they like chose to inspire Norm to visit Vault 32 just by Norm eavesdropping on the new overseer's conversation or any person's conversation, like that sounds a little too easy. Like it adds less mystery. So by having the raider inspire them to explore Vault 32, it adds more mystery and it just complicates the plot even further. And what else?
And it parallels with Lucy's story in the actual outside world, like where like it gives Norm a chance to learn from the outsiders. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah. That's a good point too. That's a good point.
There's parallelization there.
Yeah, and I just love two more things. Okay, I just
two
love
more
how
things. Wait, who the fuck said you could have two more fucking things?
I'm just warning you guys ahead of time before I say I'm done. Okay, so as they were exploring Vault 32, I just love how the more they go into it, the worse it gets. Like it feels like a video game or like a mystery hunt. Like that's what I just liked about that whole scene. And I also liked how when they were seeing that corpse sitting before the TV, I noticed in the TV they're describing a mouse colony that ate each other to survive overpopulation. And I just thought that could have been like a hint on what really happened in Vault 32. That is all I have to say.
Also, you start to see on the walls, it says they wrote messages, right? Like, we know what really happened, or we know the truth. And you're like, what is the truth? What are they talking about?
Or like the F management.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, so Jermaine, your thoughts, sir, on the whole, Vault 32 deal with Chet and and Norm and all that and whatnot, right? And Lucy getting traded for like the G-Man's chems and all that shit.
So actually I had two wonderings. The first one was so I forget exactly what she says and then he responds, but basically he says no, she asks, who are you? And his response was, I am something along the lines of
because I'm
someone. Yeah, exactly.
Just give it some time. Yeah. And
so I wondered in that moment if he recognized something in her that is a lot like him. And I don't know what that might have been. And of course I haven't played the game, so I haven't.
He already detected her last name earlier in that scene. Where he like hesitated and whatnot when she said her name was Lucy McLean, right?
I thought he meant like everybody's going to turn eventually out here.
Yeah, no, he did. But I'm just saying there was that part that had happened earlier in the episode. But go ahead, Jermaine.
So that was one thing that I was wondering. And I wondered whether when the two G-men were together with Lucy, I wondered whether the one that was sick or sicker knew that he was going to kill him.
I don't think so. No. He caught him off guard completely. The G-Man did. He did it on purpose, it
was a mercy killing.
It's a mercy killing, yes.
And then Lucy sees the mercy killing and understands what's happening.
Yeah.
I got that, but of the two of them, I can't remember names. The main G-Man, he was the stronger one.
Yeah.
And so I could have only assumed in that moment that, if you're a G-Man, you like at this point, pretty much all of them know that kill another one and you could live a little bit longer. Why would he not then assume that the one that's stronger wouldn't kill him?
I'm confused. Are you talking about Roger?
Right, Roger.
Why wouldn't he kill him?
Who's the main G-Man? I don't remember his name.
The Ghoul.
Howard.
Drake. Howard
Cooper.
Yeah.
Howard. So why would Roger not assume that Howard wouldn't kill him?
Oh, because he was all tripping out and whatnot and going F going like, all crazy and whatnot
Turning.
and all that.
Yeah.
Yep. Turning tricks, baby. It happens sometimes on them cold streets. Right, Jermaine? Anyways, anything else, sir?
No, that was it.
Okay. Kelly from Kelly's Reactions. Your thoughts, my dear.
So, the part where she's getting ready to be harvested and everything, I kind of agree with everybody. It's like, just seems kind of weird. You got a dead finger on you, and what have you. And he was so in the what's his name there? The guy you said that was playing the robot. Matt Berry.
Matt Berry. Yeah.
Barry or Perry?
Barry with a B.
Barry. Okay. Yeah, I watched him on a couple other shows, but
he's hilarious.
yeah, he just has that. He has that like tone and voice to throw off this like dragged out British thing. Going, oh, I'm going to harvest. He's just freaking hilarious. I love him. He's playing that robot was a good part for him right there. But yeah, the whole harvesting thing there, and then seeing all the other G's in there trapped in there. They kept hostage from after whatever they did to it and everything. It was an interesting scene. I don't know are we going past like to the part where she defends
Right, where she walked right at the part where she's about to defend herself.
Okay, well, I'll stop there then, because so she's being wheeled in there. And I don't know if you guys ever seen Reservation Dogs. Have you seen that show? The young kids are in high school. They're on an Indian reservation in this town in Oklahoma. Yeah. The dopey looking kid that plays in the junkyard with the guy, I never think his name, but he's actually sitting on the sitting there when she gets wheeled in.
Yeah, the two stoner dudes are so.
The two stoner guys, yeah,
that guy.
Yeah,
is freaking hilarious.
I didn't mention them. That the two stoner guys are the ones that give the Mr. Handy the go ahead to harvest her organs, but they're the ones that run the show. It's the two stoners.
They're like nice robot. It's like
Yeah, so I think that was freaking hilarious, but that's all I got to say about that.
Okay, Andre's the pop culture guy, sir.
Okay. Speaking of the stoners, I think one of them are from Stranger Things too. The one that talks the most. And,
yeah,
because that was the part I was like, yeah, I recognize. Very funny actor. I always love him. He was funny here. So this part, this section is really fun. I mean, I like that. During the vault searching of Vault 32. It felt like a very side mission, like Chantra, like in the video games that we usually always play. We always go to side missions and all that. That was really cool. That we get to that and see like what happened and seeing, what happened initially. Because I like how the setup was when Lucy's brother talked to one of the one of those people, and the fact that that person say it wasn't like all normal and sunshine in the Vault 32, and so it was very incredible to reveal that the mom, like the mom, some Vault code was the reason that they got in from the outside. So that was really intriguing because I didn't know that was gonna happen. So anyway, and then and then of course getting to Lucy, of course the ghoul, drink. I say the G-Man sending the Lucy to the mart was very funny. When she meets the machine, she say fudge, which was funny, and he's like, we don't have fudge. That was really funny. And by the way, the special effects for that like candy thing is really incredible. Straight from the game, which is really cool. And and first off, like, can a finger, having another finger can really work? Really, I find that really like okay. That can, I mean, I guess it's in the future, but like, can that really work with another finger for Lucy to be moving around? That was kind of weird. But yeah, when they were talking, I like how she still very naive and not knowing what's really going on. And when she got to the the sex slave part, it was like very funny when the machine reacted. It's like, no. And then when he brought up organ parts, I was like, what? Organ parts? And then shot Lucy through the, with this dart was really incredible. So I really enjoyed this section of the part of the episode. I'm very excited to talk about the last part. That was a huge banner. So
You're not going to keep cooking?
no. Stop supporting Jeff. Support me.
I'm supporting you by encouraging you.
Don't encourage Jeff to do more. Anyway, we'll talk this in the private chat.
Okay. So basically, Lucy, sees the chicks in the boxes, sees the two stoner dudes. They have like all kinds of vials, right? Like tons of them. She's talking to Mr. Handy. So there's some pretty funny scenes. And basically, she fights off Mr. Handy, right? And turns Mr. Handy into a weapon with using a Brexo cleaner from the game, right? And like holding it as like, with like darts on the two stoners. She wins like, her freedom and has all the hostages or whatever, whatnot, or like the other, like people released. But unfortunately, in her own naivete, she forces the stoners to release the feral G's, right? So, still in Vault 32, Norm and Chet, find out that Vault 32 was opened outside by his mother's Pip-Boy. So there's that, and then Lucy, unfortunately, forces the stoners, to release the feral G's. That causes them to kill off the stoners. They kill each other off. She has to take out one of them. So she finally gets her first kill in, like Martha, or I think, or something like that. And she comes out like all badass after her first kill and gives the G-Man some vials and shit and whatnot and says, don't forget about the golden rule, motherfucker.
Golden rule.
That or whatever.
So great. Yeah.
Right? And, and so the G-Man wakes up, right, and like goes inside and finds all the vials and shit and whatnot and starts going off, like drinking shit, drinking vials and shit and whatnot, getting fucked up, right? And sees one of his movies back when he was Howard back in the day and shit and whatnot, and like watches it and everything. And that's the end. So going over to you, Imran, to start off. Your thoughts on that ending part, sir?
It was a wild ending. I love how she comes up with the robot and she's like, snip, will get it. I got Drano. And they're just like, he's a fucking robot. What dude's like, that's like if you had an air conditioner and the guy's like, oh, an air conditioner would be nice. Like they don't even care that it's a robot, but she gets her kill. And that's important. She comes out, like we all said, like she's hardened, but she hasn't gotten mean. She hasn't gotten cruel. She still gives the guy the vials. I love when she goes, golden rule, motherfucker. Right? So she's hardened, but she hasn't become cruel. And he's drinking those vials like me drinking up all the Ozempic I can find, trying to lose weight and shit, right? I was like, just give me the fluid. Give me that fluid.
You got to get some of those fen pills from back in the day, bro.
No, those are like, those will kill you now.
That shit will fuck you up.
That was in that you could buy that at the truck stop. Remember that?
Those shit. I tried them shits out one time, bro. Them shits fucked. You want to talk about losing weight, bro? At the same time, having like heart palpitations.
Yeah. That no Ozempic, you lose 20 pounds in an hour. It's amazing. But yes, the mystery. You see death to management scrawled on the wall. The mystery of how did they get his mom's Pip-Boy? It's very, very interesting. And him watching himself, I thought was also great because I can't tell if he like remembers that was him. And it was that movie at the end earlier when they were talking about he didn't want to shoot the guy in the head. He does end up doing that scene at the end with the feo fuerte formal and shoots the guy in the head. But I love the tech. Like everyone, like we talked about the 50s tech, they're like tube TVs, like old school, like just society just stopped at the 50s. It never went past that. It's fascinating. I love that look.
Most definitely. Yeah. Kelly.
Yeah. So I forgot where we were. There again. So Yeah, I definitely liked when she came strolling out of the shop there and just was like, so if without these things you'd be like the people that are in the cages in there. Am I like frozen? Because is my Wi-Fi acting up? Because I know Jeff is
Jeff
tweaking
was
and
frozen.
Cyber.
Now he's back.
Oh wait, he was.
Okay, so make sure, I just want to make sure it wasn't me.
No, I'm tweeting. It's me over here tripping face.
Yeah, because you were like, oh, I forgot where we were.
I was giving the bearded lady a blowjob over here. And that's why I wanted to black it out real quick.
Well, no, I just want to make sure it wasn't on my end because last time we had this, I looked fine, but you were frozen, but it was me really. So I just want to make sure.
No, you look wonderful.
Yeah. Well, thank you. So yeah, when she came out and said that, so all these things that she dropped down for him and everything is like, so if you didn't have these, would you turn into that? And oh my God. I'm losing my train of thought. I gotta stop looking at you. I'll look at Wrath instead. No, because Wrath is laughing too now. So
don't look at my smile.
But yeah, I thought it was really good ending there because I think she got a little tougher after that first kill and everything. And but yeah, I don't have much to say on that. Everyone said what I was thinking, so I'll go with that.
You're not gonna keep cooking?
Cooking?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, Kelly's got like fucking 6 kids and shit, whatnot, motherfucker. She's cooking all the time. Don't even worry about her.
I don't have 6 kids. I had to stop after 2. That's enough for me.
Cooking. Shit. Kelly's a goddamn grown ass woman, motherfucker. Worry about Kelly and her cooking. She's cooking fine. But believe me, she can cook better than that guy, TrueKnowledge, I've heard. But anyways, I'm just a pop culture guy, sir. Would you like a chance to not be on the end of the panel?
Yes, I swear.
Okay, USA.
Anyway, yeah.
Whoa, you give him a middle finger when he gives you a gift?
Yeah, that's the gesture of thank you. That's my way. When you see me doing this, that's actually harsh. But
like coming to America. Yes, fuck you.
yes, very true. Oh my God, this sequence was total blast. So funny. I mean, I was
totally blew you away, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, first off, I was worried about my girl, my Lucy, my crush, my future wife, maybe soon, maybe. Not gonna confirm it yet.
Because Buntara's still your Victoria's Secret model girlfriend.
Yeah. Damn you, Jeff, or whoever.
If Lucy was your girl and I got my hands on her, I would slave her out, bruh.
Yeah.
No, I think the person's name is Angela Bassett, and it's a blow up doll, and it has a dildo attached to it.
No, folks, don't listen to them. Angela Bassett is real in my future, in my timeline, and we make love every day, and it's awesome.
Jermaine, anyway, you don't even know about this shit. Andre's actually time travels and shit.
Oh yeah, I'm a time lord, like Doctor Who. Anyway, so this is. One thing I do appreciate about Lucy is how resourceful she is as a character. Like the fact that she knew how to, first off, defending herself from the handing machine, and then using that like liquid thing as a weapon. That was really cool. I mean, when she shot it at the the stoners, it was like whoa, like it was buried into the couch. That was like, oh my God, she's being badass. And poor Lucy, look. Again, that Lucy doesn't understand what's going on in the service, When she said release all of them, I was like, don't do it, And of course, we got the G people and Martha herself, is like turning into this really, basically a zombie, and it's kind of sad. And the way she shot it was really great. By the way, the gun she shot is from the games. That was really cool that they made her use like the gun from the actual games. When you play it, you play this specific gun. I don't know what
that is like the basic handgun, like the basic the game.
Yeah, and so that was really cool, and I like that she take it towards the end of the episode. So that was really neat. And then of course back to the bull. Like the fact that her brother find out that how the Raiders get in was because of Rose. Her mother, was it pin thing, activation. So yeah, so that made kind of less sense. So it's just adding more intrigue to the mystery plot we're going through with the whole McClane family. And so and I was kind of shocked that she did allow the G-Man to survive, but at the same time
that's the golden rule.
The golden rule. And man, I was so happy she cursed, because it was so funny when she said fudge, and then now she's saying the curse word was so great. It's like the golden rule, motherfucker. And I was like, yes, Lucy, join the dark side, curse for more. We couldn't great if she say okie dokie, motherfucker. That could be funny. So overall, I love this episode. The ending was spectacular. Nothing else. I did appreciate to see that movie from the G-Man's past. So that was really cool. It was great to see the TV. That's another thing from the game. So that was really cool to see that to be functional. So
yeah. They changed the tapes. Those tapes are new.
Yeah.
In the games, they have like hollow pad things, whatever, whatnot. But now they have tapes. But the TVs are from the game.
Yeah, which I like, because they're still sticking with the aesthetic of the 50s, despite we're in the future,
Well, I just want to really quick. I want to thank Jermaine. Jermaine, because of you, sir, we've now reached our racial diversity quota for this 4-month quarter with Disney and Marvel Studios and whatnot, everything, right? So.
Bro, you got 2 Pakistanis on the panel. I don't know what you're talking about. They're already there.
I'm half Pakistani, half Filipino, so
that's even better. More. That's 3.
Yeah,
like 2 things.
Yeah, but Jermaine is black and gay. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, how about Andres? Isn't he?
So he's like the unicorn of guests to have on the show.
Oh my god,
this is a very diverse panel. It's
Eddie drinks. Eddie boosted it up and shit. Eddie boosted it up and shit and whatnot, and he's my boy. So there you go.
Wait. How about Andres? Isn't he Italian? That has a diversity.
I'm Latino, not Italian.
Okay,
Italian. What do you mean? Is he fucking Italian? What the fuck?
He said ciao. Okay, he said ciao.
You need to watch The Godfather, sir.
Hey, he said ciao. That's an Italian word.
You need to watch The Godfather, sir.
And you have Cyber from, I think, Paris.
You would know an Italian if you were getting a massage at She-Hulk's massage and spa from one.
Are you Italian?
Yes, I am.
There you go. That's the diversity.
Yeah, right.
How about Cyber?
No, Jeff.
Yeah, but I'm a lot of things, sir. I've got a little Wakandan in me, Mexican.
No. He's a white boy. Jeff is a white boy, completely, full on white boy. No offense, Jeff. You're a gringo, so no offense.
What do you mean? I've got a lot of color to me. I'm a gringo.
Wait, Andre. You don't even have color. You're white. You don't even have a tan.
Jermaine, what do you think?
Don't.
Well, to be fair, like you all pointed out, like the best parts. So I'll add to it. So the moment when she walks off alone by herself, like that was epic. Never mind the fact that before then, when she walked out of the whatever the mart is, and she walked up to Howard, and instead of like a typical woman would kneel down, like she kneels down with her legs spread open, like, yeah, I'm that chick. Like you need to recognize who I am. And then of course, she walks off. And then of course the scene where he goes inside and he and
she holds she holds the gun on him too for a minute and whatnot and everything, and kind of contemplates, like,
Yeah, and when Howard goes inside and he sees the tape, right? He sees it, like he recognizes what this is, and he wants to revel in it. I didn't get the sense that he didn't know. I think he knew, but I think that was just he's been living so long that he kind of put that part of his past aside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it gave him a moment to just kind of like relive.
Yeah, it was 200 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Like the guy's 200 years old.
Yeah, and honestly, it was the best part of this entire episode.
Oh.
Like that whole sequence was like it was like they had been building up to it, and it was awesome. It was awesome to see.
Great contribution, sir. Very nice. Did anybody get left out? Rethika, did you get a chance to talk, sir?
Oh, I haven't talked. Did Cyber also talk?
Cyber, sir, you go ahead, and then Wrath of Khan, Jasmine can go after you.
Okay. All right, so the conclusion of the episode is really fantastic because we get to see a lot of the ghouls get killed. Drake. Since nobody is saying the words, Jesus Christ. Bunch of pussies on this panel. Anyways.
You should have added the word G's in there. That would have covered it.
I like to be able to drive at the end of the fucking Friday shows and shit and whatnot and everything. Not being able to drive sucks.
What are you driving at midnight at?
Yeah, where are you
Stop
going?
drinking such high, powerful shit.
I'm going to bag beer and ladies, sir.
Well,
I think going to In-N-Out.
They only hang out at night.
Yeah, you just gotta drink some Heineken Light and some shit, right? So
There you go. Yeah. Drink some Bush Light, man.
Yeah.
That'll be really good.
They don't like being exposed to the sunlight with those beards.
I think you should try just in the light, sir. I think you'll see a big difference. Anyways, so yeah, the ending, like I said, is really great because we get to see a lot of the great ghouls get killed. Drink again. And so we get to see that. Of course, everyone kind of mentioned how Lucy takes over Matt Berry's robot and uses it to get out of there without getting her organs harvested. And of course, she makes the guys release all the other G's from their cage. And then she says, even all of them, she's like, and they're like, you don't understand, and they don't get a word edgewise. And so she lets those ones out, and those, of course, are feral ones. And they start going crazy and going after them, and all of them end up being killed, and the other guys get killed at the same time. And even Ella has to destroy one herself. And so I thought, like, the makeup work on all the G's, I thought was really done well. I thought they all looked really awesome looking. I think they really looked like the feral, and they also looked like just the other G's that were just very well costume designed, very great makeup effects. I don't know who has been doing the makeup effects for this series, but I think they're doing a really phenomenal job, and I really think it's going really well, along with Brie Larson's ass. And so, we get that great special effects there with that look. I mean, I think even the robot, I don't know if that was a practical effect or if that was all CGI, but that, whatever they built there, whatever they used, it looked really real. And I thought that was really done well too. And, we get that great sequence, and then we get the great sequence where, Lucy goes out and ends up handing Howard the vials with that particular product that he has to ingest to keep himself from going feral. And he's like there on the ground, like convulsing almost. And, she even politely gives it to him and, says, I haven't lost myself, and, walks away. And I was just like, my first thought was, oh, well, I wonder if Howard, after he gets the stuff in him, is going to see how he needs to rethink his thought process and maybe try to be more like he was as Howard versus being the ghoul. Drink. And so we get that great scene. He ends up, see him stumbling back into the med bay or medic place, and he's like downing all the vials he can. He comes across a big container of like all kinds of drugs and the liquid and all that kind of stuff. And it looks like pretty much if he ingests anything that's some sort of stimulant, it looks like it keeps him from going feral. So as you saw in there, it looked like there was like all different types of stuff in there: Adderall, Coke, all kinds of different things. And so that scene is great when he just starts downing everything. He's like drinking every last thing, throwing everything in his mouth, and you just kind of crack it up like go Walt, just digest all those things, sir. And he ends up flopping down on the couch and putting on the TV, and is watching one of his episodes of the TV show he was on. And you're just kind of like, yeah, you need to get back to that person, Howard. You need to get back to that character, Howard. And he's sitting there watching himself and just kind of like thinking, like, well, I wonder what he's thinking, actually. and just it like basically fading out after that. From that, and you're just kind of like, wow, what a really great, satisfying way to end the episode. And so I feel we're going to see a different Howard in episodes to come, and see him change as well, like Lucy is. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with that. But I thought it was a really solid ending to a great episode.
Okay. Off that, I will go to Mr. Rathakad, sir.
Thank you, Jeff. So let's see. I will say that it was a big mistake on Lucy's part for wanting to free the ghouls and treating them like normal human beings. I think it's like the whole teaching with back in the vaults where it's like, yeah, treat everyone with respect and stuff. And it's like, even though she knows in the surface world that, you be kind to someone and they end up screwing you over, it's like, she still hasn't learned her lesson here. And it's like, it doesn't matter if like you have one person saying, my name is Martha. My name is Martha. Like, you're in the surface world. These people could like turn on you any moment now. So this just shows that Lucy just continues to not learn her lesson. But I have hope that maybe this is the last time and that she actually did learn her lesson, because not only is she cursing for the first time, starting to become like the surface people, but when you see her leave that store, she has her white tank top on, and then I saw like there was like a Raider patch, pauldron, whatever, on like one of her shoulders. Like she's starting to dress more like the surface people. And that is where I have my optimism that I think she finally learned her lesson, and she will stop being nice to every single person that she meets out there. So it's like freeing those zombie ghouls. Big lesson learned. She almost died there. And I will also say that, as we saw in the beginning of the episode where she's carving out the butt cheeks, when we see her just shooting Martha, someone she had immense empathy for, we can just see the toll that's taking on her. Like, you can see that she's grappling with the dehumanization that she has. And the way how Lucy was acting, it was great. Like, you can really feel the empathy. So you can just feel what she's feeling. What else? Oh, I also found interesting that as Mr. G was just sitting on the couch watching his old self on the TV, I like that he's trying to like cling onto his memories, like how we've seen with Roger, where Roger's like, my name is Roger. Like, they're really trying to cling onto their memories of their former self. And we saw 2 of those G's do that. We're probably going to see more doing that. I think it's just a normal thing with these G's. And I love how on the TV, if you listen closely, the TV says he was ugly, strong, and had dignity. I just love that rose. Like, he was ugly. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Well, sir, a wise man once said, I only like 5 guys. If it's 5 guys with huge dicks. From something called the private chat from the MCU'S Bleeding Edge YouTube channel and podcast. I don't even know. Who knows? Anyway, sir, that's very great. Wonderful contribution. Certainly Mexican inspired, Cyber, without question. So let's do ratings. Ladies first. Kelly from Kelly's Reactions. Your rating. Why don't let's buck the trends here and do a 1 through 5 instead of a 1 through 10 for once. So 1 to 5. Give us your rating for the episode.
I will give it a 4.4.
4.4.
Yeah, because I'm not deducting the whole 5, like the remaining points left off the show itself. It's just that there are still questions I need answered. So it's kind of like until I hit that point, then yeah, it'll be the perfect episode once I know those answers that I'm looking for. So that's my rating.
Okay. Jermaine, sir.
It's a strong 4 for me. Anytime, I don't know what it is about a female character, but whenever you have a female character who is owning it, you know what I'm saying? When a female character can own her space, that to me is awesome. But I believe this is just the early germination of who she is right now. I think we're going to see more from her, and I think once I start to see that, I think similar to what Kelly said, once I start to see that, then it's hitting on all cylinders. And so, yeah, a strong 4.
There you go. Nothing better than a strong 4. It's definitely better than a strong 3. That's why some ladies have told me. You know, that's what I've heard. You know, a strong 3 is you're still trying to get after it, but strong 4 is more, accurate. In terms of achievement. Anyways, so
well, it depends on what you're doing with it.
Yeah, it's how you use the 3. That's
if you're working with something under size 3, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, fully extended, then you might need some help. But Cyberneticshark, sir, your rating.
All right. I give it a 3 out of 5. Simple fact, that sex scene was sucky. That sex scene was horrible.
Horrible. You said it was not a. You said it was not a sex scene.
That's what I mean. That's why I said it sucks, because technically, I'm sure they'll write down, "Oh, it was a sex scene," but it's not. But anyway,
Okay.
I give it a 3 out of 5.
Pre-sex.
Yeah, that wonderful making out scene, I would like to call it. Yeah, it just wasn't anything good. So I give it 3 out of 5.
For me, I don't want to make out in real life, so I don't want to watch motherfuckers make out on Fallout either.
You don't do that when you go with She-Hulk or Bearded Ladies.
Listen, when you go to the She-Hulk massage and spa, you're too busy on her happy ending. You're not worried about making out. Anyways, Imran, sir, your rating.
It was, it was a fun episode. The mystery deepens. You got Matt Berry as a robot. That's every show should have Matt Berry as a robot. It's hilarious. Walt Goggins steals every scene. Ella Purnell is hot, and Lucy's like a likable, competent character. She's not annoying. It's hard to do, but she pulled it off. I will give this also 3 out of 5. I think is the proper rating.
And then you got Shaquille O'Neal and Jasmine's mom too.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
they just add more layers and nuance to the
There you go.
overall existential crisis of
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal.
There you go. Just adds more layers.
I don't know how Shaquille O'Neal would fit in his house. He wouldn't fit in that door behind you, Jasmine. There's no way.
Dude, he ducks.
Well, yeah, he's barely gonna fit his leg through that door.
Shaquille
It's okay.
O'Neal.
I have high ceilings in here, so
You do.
Shaquille O'Neal would stand out in Fallout and like in any
Yeah.
place. He's Shaquille O'Neal.
I mean, he's
You know.
standing up in Shogun. Yeah, he's standing up everywhere.
In Shogun, he just hid in the shadows and shit.
Who would he play?
No,
Who would
no, I
Shaq-
thought he was in the Willow world.
If Shaq was in Fallout, who would he play? Would he be a G-man? Would he be a ghoul?
He'd be Shaq Fu, the rapper.
Drink. I said it. He'd be Shaq Ghoul.
He'd be Shaq Fu, the rapper / fucking wizard or whatever.
Him and the Fushnikins would be there in the background harvesting organs. I don't know.
I just gotta get this out there. Everyone keeps talking about this Ella Purnell and how hot she is. I think she looks like a troll and a fly fucked each other. That's what she looks
I
like
know
to me.
her eyes are bulgy.
So I could see that her eyes are bulgy, but there's something
like bulgy.
There's something about those eyes, though. There's something that like
Hey.
makes you look at her.
Her
When you
face
wake-
looks like it streaks in. Like
When you've been waking up in the morning to the bearded lady, she looks damn good.
yeah,
Okay.
the bearded lady is way more attractive than Ella Purnell.
I'm just the pop culture guy, sir. Your rating, sir.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5 guys.
Out of 5 guys?
4 burgers.
Yeah.
4 out of 5
Yeah.
burgers from 5 guys.
That's true. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Thank you. So
5 out of
great.
water butters.
I should say milkshakes. I love milkshakes. Anyway, so great episode.
The milkshake's bringing all the boys to the
was thinking that. Too.
Andre's milkshakes bring all the boys. To the
For Asian massage parlor.
Bring all the bearded ladies.
$60.
Look at your name.
1 hour.
Bring all the bearded ladies to the yard.
Half hour,
Hey,
$30.
you want to do the dance, Andreas? You want to do the
No,
dance?
so Jeff, please make this a clip. This is the best moment that Cyber ever did in the whole life.
$60 1 hour.
Yeah, I love that Cyber's dance. Dude, Cyber, make more jokes, man. Please.
Please.
Cyber's humor doesn't work that way, sir. You can't just he's not a machine.
That's true. That's true. He's more of a flow guy, right? Like
It's more organic with Cyber.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
organic,
that's
yes.
true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I find my moments. I don't just use it all the time because I think the best part is when it comes out of nowhere is when it gets you.
That's true. That's true.
That's
I
right.
agree. Yeah. So over a great episode, as I say, it's very organic on the storylines, which is great because it's taking us to where we're heading in the next few episodes. So that's good. I love my girl, Lucy. So I think she's heading in a good direction. I mean, she's doing like what was it? Furiosa kind of style and and all that, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I was very happy. This was much better than episode 3. I mean, I like episode 3, but that was kind of like a filler episode, so on. But this was much better.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and give the episode a 9.5. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, all right.
It's a really good episode. It really is. Cyber, I don't know what you're smoking. It must be like stronger than what I'm smoking because Ella Purnell is a lot prettier than the bearded lady, sir. All right. May I remind you, sir, that the bearded lady.
No one's gonna marry you, Haranam. Like, you have a beard. No one's gonna date you, Haranam. You have a beard. No one's.
She's a very attractive woman. So
Sorry about
that's
that.
her only problem.
Sorry about that, folks. Those are the chicks that I was just to beat off, right? Like the fan girls, whoever, whatnot, from the Bleeding Edge.
Wait, Andres drives a Cybertruck?
When he finishes the shows and then he tries to go home, he's gotta fight off the fangirls like that. Did you see that shit, Cal? Is that crazy?
He's a time traveler. He doesn't need that fucking shit.
Yeah, I have a box.
That's not the time machine?
No, that's not the time machine.
No, that's the fangirls preventing Andres from going home.
Looks
Bro,
like
Andres is so rich.
Back
He
to
has
the
a
Future
Cybertruck.
car.
Yeah.
No, I don't even have a driver license.
Andres!
That's Andres trying to get up to 88 miles and shit, right? Exactly. You can't get there.
Bro, you don't have a driver's license and you're driving? Oh, wait, it's a Tesla. You have autopilot, no worries.
Yeah, it drives it.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So yeah,
No, I think that was his baby mama looking for the last payment that she's supposed to get for the 10 children he has.
Gotta get the check in the mail.
No.
Get out of that
Bro,
time.
he gave all the money to Lucy.
Andres,
Yeah,
all that time travel you're doing shit, whatnot, bro. You must have a couple of fucking kids out there you ain't paying child support on.
No, I actually have 2 kids. That's it.
You have no driver's license, you have 2 kids.
But they're in the future. See, that's the
In the future, that's it.
So what does that
Are
mean?
they're not both named Bob, are they?
No, they're not named Bob.
He's a boy and a girl named Bob.
If they're in the future, do you just have to pay child support?
No, I'm still married, very faithful person. I'm very good.
How many wives?
1.
Oh, just the one? Oh, okay.
Wait, what? You don't have 4?
No. Are you insane, man? Why do I need 4?
Imran knows about the 4.
Yeah, 3 more. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I will only go 4 if it's Nicole Kidman, Scarlett Johansson.
Oh my god,
Nicole Kidman. Yeah, Nicole Kidman, my love.
So you want ladies that could be your sugar
maybe if I go to that
Lucy
route.
is Lucy the third one? You're gonna leave
Yes,
her out?
I actually will put her third, and then fourth will be Elizabeth Olsen. Oh, love her. And then fifth,
Oh well, 5. Now you've gotten one too many. This is complete.
Where did all this Nicole
Haram
Kidman
now.
shit? Where did all this Nicole Kidman shit come from?
What? Come on, Nicole Kidman's great. I love her. She's
All
great.
right, okay, folks. Listen, that is the end of our Fallout episode 4 recap. We are done. We're gonna go ahead and do our plugs and get out of here, and try not to avoid too much bearded lady drama. Okay, sir. So here we go. We're gonna start off with our plugs with guess who? Kelly's reactions. Woohoo! Kelly's reactions. What's up, Kelly? Plug your shit. Plug your shit, bruh.
All right, so as you can see, I had a little hiatus for a while, so there's a gap in there, but there's a lot of other new bands. Actually, the guy at the top here, Machias Music Band, he's actually from my state as well, and we've been collaborating and switching out and helping out, as well as Jeff and I have been doing some collabs too.
Is that you doing a fish face in the one thumbnail? Is that a fish face?
Fish face? No.
Okay, I'm just
Like,
making
ooh,
sure.
If you're talking about the Rush one, it's me going, ooh.
Okay.
So
You
yeah,
damn
and then-
reactors, you.
So back at the top, I've actually going to be starting here mid-May or the end of May doing interviews. I actually have an interview with a drummer from. I'm not a big country fan, but he does the concerts for certain bands, and one of them was Florida Georgia Line. So I have an interview with him, and I have a few other people through in town. So my sub channel will be doing interviews once or twice a week, along with doing my reaction channels. Oh, look, there's a familiar face in there too.
I know. Look at that handsome fucking guy. He must go to a lot of fucking Asian massage parlors and shit and get like lots of free shit.
But yeah,
Most
so
definitely.
I usually pull off about 3 videos and then add on the one that Jeff and I do and the one that I get from the other guy from my home state there. So I get about probably about 5 that go out a week, along with the interviews.
You are doing very well, Cal, and I love hearing about your interview. That sounds awesome. I can't wait to talk to you about it and bullshit with you about it on the phone. It'll be fun. Jermaine, my friend, can I pull up Trekker's Delight as your plugs?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Jermaine, sir, tell us about Trekker's Delight.
So Trekker's Delight is all about Star Trek.
Besides the fact that the best episode ever is the one that I'm on.
It's all about Star Trek. Right now, we only do live shows on Thursdays. And right now we're covering Discovery, but I do have a second show, one that's all about 100% my interests. And it's called Fantasy is Reality. So it's anything fantasy and science fiction and also reality shows. So you could catch me there. But right now, in terms of me personally, I'm a teacher. So we're at the end of the school year and it's kind of hectic for me. So yeah.
Well, you need to tell me about this new channel that you're doing, or this new whatever you're doing, or whatever, whatnot. So next time you come out, I can pull it up. Okay.
Wait, Jermaine, you're a student?
No. I'm a teacher. Well, thank you for thinking I'm a student. But I'm a teacher. I've been teaching for about 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, Jermaine's a student, dude. Nah, Jermaine's a grown ass man. He's one of my fucking boys. He's my brother. Jermaine, I really enjoyed it when I talked to one of your buddies that one time on the phone, and he was hitting on me, your gay buddy and shit and whatnot, trying to get some of that good D.
Okay.
He was very respectful, but he was flirting the shit out of me on the phone.
Who are you talking about?
I forget, one of your male friends and whatnot. Everything. It was funny.
Okay.
He was very nice to me. Anyway, sir.
I'm sorry.
Jermaine. Oh, most definitely. And thank you for coming on, Jermaine. It's good to see you, brother. I miss you, man. Me and Jermaine go way back. To even before the time of bearded ladies took over. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Cyberneticshark, sir. You are next. You are next.
Thank you. I always wanted to go deaf. Anyways, folks, thank you for joining us tonight. If you are watching now live or if you watch us later on, just a shout out to myself. If you haven't checked out the Cyberneticshark YouTube channel, definitely go check it out if you like me here on the panel or as a moderator. As you can see there, I'm currently at 1,090. Just put up my Monkey Man review of Dave Patel's directorial debut. If you don't know who Dev Patel is, he was the young kid in Slumdog Millionaire, directed by Danny Boyle, that won several accolades when the year it came out. He's been in a whole bunch of other films over the years, Lion and so forth. But his directorial debut, not too shabby. Definitely worth checking out if you like John Wick films and want to do it with a predominantly Indian cast. This is a movie for you. Definitely has a great soundtrack, great special effects. Definitely, if you haven't seen it, definitely check out my review there. Great film, definitely decent, worth the watch. As you can see there, also the recent video is the trailer reaction to Fly Me to the Moon, which is a kind of a parody comedy film about basically them making the moon landing basically as a joke. Making a backup in case we can actually get to the moon at the time in the 60s, make a video of it pretending we made it to the moon. So that's what that is about. If you haven't checked out the trailer, check it out. Looks pretty fun. Anyways, yeah, if you enjoy that stuff, definitely go check it out. You can find me on all the other social media platforms, X, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, all that good stuff. So if you find that, want to check that stuff out, go for it. And thanks to my older new subscribers. You guys are rocking it. And I just want to thank them all for getting me to this milestone. And then let's move on to the next milestone, me and Mr. Andres.
Okay. Did we lose Kelly?
Yes.
Oh, we lost Kelly. She's taking her edible and going to bed. That's okay. Thank you, Kelly. We appreciate you, hun. All right. So next, Imran, the Jock and Nerd Podcast, baby. What's up? Let's do it.
Yes. You can catch me every week. New shows on Wednesday. Jock and Nerd Podcast, wherever you get audio podcasts, comic book, superhero, TV, and movie news, reviews, action movies, Godzilla movies. We go over some geek news, and been putting out a show every week for like 9 years now. So there's lots of back content, over 500 episodes. Monkey Man is great, and we just reviewed Boy Kills World, another crazy action movie. And then we'll be reviewing The Fall Guy with the Gosling and Emily Blunt on the next episode, which comes out.
And you're on YouTube. And you're on YouTube.
Yes.
Can't wait to see that Boy Kills World. That looks amazing.
It's wild. It's very entertaining and kind of crazy. If you like Monkey Man, you'll like Boy Kills World because the first half is almost exactly the same movie. But then Boy Kills World, there's a couple of twists and there's a lot of comedy. But I loved Monkey. I loved Dev Patel. I thought he did an amazing job with Monkey Man.
Okay. Next. Mr. Out of the Pop Culture Guy, sir. Have at it.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Hello, guys. This is a very Pop Culture Guy. This is my channel presents. Just recently posted my 10th anniversary tribute on the Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's crazy. It came out 10 years ago. Yeah, frustrating film, but hey, I love Andrew Garfield. He's one of the best Spider-Man. So I'm happy that he came back for No Way Home. So that's all I have to say. Right now, I have scheduled a live stream review of Chucky, Season 3, Part 2. Me and Jeff are going to review that this Sunday on 9:35 p.m. Eastern time. So just please join us, and we'll have fun reviewing these last 2 episodes of the Chucky Season 3. Part 2 of the season. So that's pretty much all I'm going to say about that. And plus, Planet of the Apes content is going to be in the channel before the new movie coming out on Friday. The Kingdom
of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes,
that looks awesome too. Me too. That looks awesome. I think it's gonna be
so I'm very excited. So expect that in the coming next week. So that's it.
Okay. For Jassem's plug,
like Jess.
And plus, Kiku is tested. She's clean. She's STD free. They use like some kind of like rock STD test, made out of bone or something, or whatnot.
If you pee on this orchid and it doesn't turn brown,
yeah,
we're good. I don't know how they did that back then.
In the book, she has like all these crazy sex toys and shit, and whatnot.
Oh, I heard about that. Yes, that they're more elaborate, and it's not as like this was a lot more thoughtful than.
I know that. But me and Kim talked about the sex toys before in the past on the show. We figured they probably were like made out of sticks and shit, and whatnot. Like rope.
It's true. They were back then. Like
that would be like painful.
You got to polish that shit. You just got to polish it real nice, right? Just get it shiny. I don't know.
I'm sure they had it figured out back.
They're going to kill me. I told them to send me a video holding an object and start nodding.
Anything is a dildo when you really put your mind to it. There's no such thing as too large or too sharp. Every time you stop to question yourself, I want you to tell yourself, I can and I will.
There you go, folks. Was that not the best timing on that, or what? That was perfect.
Pretty good jump cut.
Andres, was that good timing or what? Look, I got Kim and I got Sarin to fall out. Both of them at the same time.
I knew Andres was gonna react that way. Andres is like, no.
Oh my god, the Fiji bottle.
I know. She's like,
I know. I would really love to see her do that. I know.
I'm sure you would.
I'd love to see her seppuku with that. There you go. There's Jassem's plugs, Rathacod's plugs right there. It just so happens that they make me look good, but that's okay. I moderated the show tonight, so I deserve a little bit of glory. Rathacod, you're a young man, sir, so you've got plenty of time for exploits. But great job on the panel tonight, sir.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jermaine. It was good to see you, sir. Do not be a stranger. Come back to the MCU'S Bleeding Edge, motherfucker, so we can hang out and drink some more drinks and shit and whatnot and kick it. Talk about bearded ladies and all that shit. Andres Pop Culture guy, sir. You did not hit the 60-minute mark on any of your contributions tonight. Great job. That's wonderful. Cyberneticshark, sir. Thank you, sir. Great job on the panel. Imran, appreciate you, bro. You're a good man. My brother from another mother. All right, folks, we are done with our Fallout Episode 4 review. We are out of here. God bless you. Right? Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Make your best out of it, whatnot and everything. Be careful. You could use condoms if you want. I wouldn't. I've heard they're not that, like, it takes away the feeling, but you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? God bless you, and we'll see you later. Peace.
I'm about that life. Ask P. Diddy. I just came from his house, even though I'm feeling funny after drinking P. Diddy juice. Wait, what the fuck? What's happening here?
Yo, crank that volume, turn it way up. Catch your